Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Borgie. Huge thanks to Borgie and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Borgie reached out asking for a deck built around the new Ian Malcolm Chaotician, and I was more than happy to oblige.
But life, finds a way.
But before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Ian Malcolm Chaotician is a 3-mana 2/2 legendary human scientist. Whenever a player draws their second card each turn, that player exiles the top card of their library. During each player's turn, that player may cast a spell from among the cards they don't own exiled with Ian Malcolm Chaotician, and mana of any type can be spent to cast it. So we want to ensure everyone is drawing extra cards each turn. Everyone but us, of course. We don't want absolute chaos to reign supreme, just bring a bit of chaos into our opponent's lives. Or maybe you want to go full crazy and let the anarchy reign. Either way, this deck can do both. Now, Borgie requested that the deck have a budget somewhere between $300 to $500. So that means we can run a pretty good mana base, but not anything from the reserve list. But you need more than just group draw effects and a good mana base to build a functional commander deck. And for that, we turn to our handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. As I'm sure you've heard by now, this channel is sponsored by Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is made famous by their boulders, solid, reliable, and affordable deck boxes. Boulders are now available in solid colors, like this beautiful red one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries the new Ultimate Guard solid color boulders, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. One more thing before we get started. I've been streaming Final Fantasy XIV over on my other channel, Musings by Danon. If you want to pop in and ask some questions, chat about Commander, or just hang out, you're more than welcome to. For right now, the schedule is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays in the evening. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Scalding Tarn, Misty Rainforest, Arid Mesa, Polluted Delta, Wooded Foothills, Steam Vents, Training Center, Storm-Carved Coast, Sulphur Falls, Volatile Fjord, Molten Tributary, Shivan Reef, Riverglide Pathway, Is It Boilerworks, Reliquary Tower, Myriad Landscape, 8 islands, and 8 mountains make up our land base for this deck. Midnight Clock, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Creativity, Is It Signet, Thought Vessel, Mind Stone, Decanter of Endless Water, Chromatic Sphere, Sky Diamond, Fire Diamond, and Dockside Extortionist help us to ramp into our spells and stay ahead of the curve. Archmage Ascension, Eruth Tormented Prophet, Obstinate Familiar, Parallel Thoughts, Tomorrow Azami's Familiar, Wheel of Misfortune, Magus of the Wheel, Echo of Eons, Time Reversal, Forced Fruition, Wheel and Deal, Game Plan, Runehorn Hellkite, Magus of the Jar, Tribute Mage, Fabricate, and Muddle the Mixture help us to dig through our deck and keep everyone's hands full. Commit Memory, Mog Assassin, Counterspell, Negate, Chaos Warp, Wild Magic Surge, Hogify, Arcane Denial, Deflecting Swat, Fierce Guardianship, Abrade, and Narset's Reversal help to keep our opponents in line. Boom Pile, Puppet's Verdict, and Cyclonic Rift all help to reset the board as needed. Court of Vantress, Dragon Mage, Chance Encounter, Chaotic Goo, Creepy Doll, Fiery Gambit, Goblin Festival, Impulsive Maneuvers, Krark's Thumb, Krark the Thumbless, Karplusan Minotaur, Mana Clash, Molten Birth, Okan Eye of Chaos, Zindersplit Eye of Wisdom, Planar Chaos, Ral Zarek, Risky Move, Stitch in Time, Tavern Scoundrel, and Tide of War all help us with our plan of bringing a bit of chaos to the table. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 46 mana sources split between 34 lands and 12 pieces of ramp. Very light, but that's fine because we're running 17 pieces of card advantage, 12 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 4 pieces of graveyard hate in Commit Memory, Game Plan, Echo of Eons, and Time Reversal. No Sudden I Win cards, but lots of cards that help to control the chaos a bit. Cards like Archmage Ascension, Iruth Tormented Prophet, and Obstinate Familiar ensure that we never have to draw a second card and instead get to play our opponent's cards when we wheel. So the goal of this deck is to find one of those cards, then wheel through our opponent's stuff and use their win cons to win the game. Or just flip a bunch of coins, take a bunch of turns, and win the game that way. But that's the fun part about a Chaos deck. Put a bunch of silly cards in a pile and you never know what's going to happen. But we do have several ways to track down Krark's Thumb, which is another way we can control the chaos. Tribute Mage, Fabricate, and Muddle the Mixture all serve as ways to track down that elusive card. We've also got lots of counter magic to help protect it. But at the end of the day, with everyone drawing lots of cards every turn, Ian Malcolm Chaotician should help us to bring enough chaos to the table that everyone should have a good time. Do you have a Chaos deck? Or do you have plans to build an Ian Malcolm Chaotician deck? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she could be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Daneman. There's a new $5 player tier. Joining this tier will give you access to our private Discord as well as the power to vote on upcoming content. I wish I could make every video that gets suggested to me down in the comments, but there's just never enough time. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Alex, Daniel, Steve, Alex, Cookie, Borgie, Jake, Exiled Rogue, Manassas, Noswin, Pedro, Airnor, and Tom. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.